Welcome to the Total Connector Show, to the Total Bitcoin Show. Um, let's talk about some things that have been announced or going on regarding Trezor. Mm, as you might have heard, Trezor, it's not the first time that the report came out that if some criminals or technical experienced criminals have access to your Trezor hardware wallet, then the seed can be extracted if you do not take precautionary additional measures. What does it mean? All right, let's see if I can find this article over here. All right, so what happened? Kraken, the laboratory, sort of the security laboratory of Kraken, yeah, they made a really extremely detailed report and analysis. Here's the article on blog.kraken.com. Kraken identifies critical flaw in Trezor hardware wallets. And it affects both Kraken Trezor wallets, Trezor 1 and Trezor T. Now, before I go on, I want to say this in principle. It's definitely exponentially better to store, to hodl your Satoshis, your Bitcoin on a hardware wallet instead of leaving it on an exchange, whatever exchange, whether it's in a super reputation, credibility such as Kraken, in general, a good ethos, all right? So you can read it for yourself. It's really a long article. It's really just for techies, but you get the gist out of it. So without going, too much into detail, let's just go into practicality. What does it mean? What does it mean for people or for you if you should have a Trezor 1 or Trezor Model T? You've got the seed that is either 12 or 24 words, and then you can additionally activate, and I would recommend everyone who also might be paranoid or thinks somebody could get physical access to your Trezor hardware wallet with Trezor Model 1 or Model T to activate or to choose a passphrase. It should be not a passphrase that can be easily guessed or randomly guessed like ABCD, right? So it should be as a pretty long, sophisticated passphrase, or the longer and the more alphanumerical, whatever, the better it is. So first of all, don't lose physical, store your or hide or do it in a, I don't know, put it in a vault or whatever. Your not only your seed but also um, hide it from hide it somewhere good and just be careful. All right, don't lose physical access to or let anyone get physical access to your Trezor wallet. Activate the passphrase. And what else? By the way, you can read this also the on the Twitter handle on Trezor, right? Is Trezor, and then the article is blog.trezor.io, and Trezor, I believe, did give back a sort of a reaction or addressed this whole issue with its own article, where they say, because this is not really something new. It happened some time ago with the seed extraction attack by the Dungeon team. Now they're saying, we assume this attack, and Trezor says this, we assume this attack might be similar to previously publicized seed extraction attack by the Dungeon team. We are unable to confirm this with any certainty because the Dungeon team has not, to this day, shared the full details of the attack with us. But they apparently did, extract the seed. That was probably, much longer time before that, and the article of Kraken is on blog.kraken.com. You can read it for yourself, and there's also a video which you can watch how they did it, very detailed. It's really for techies. So anybody, literally, that's why you need a passphrase. Now, what other additional security measures could you take? We're still far away, from critical adoption rate or mass adoption or ease of use or convenience plus security. So I would really recommend you get yourself, if you're not a techie like myself, get yourself a Casa 2. By the way, Jeremy Welch, a brilliant CEO in his lead position, has stepped back as from his lead position. So I'm gonna get him on my show on the Total Bitcoin Show pretty soon, and Nick is gonna go be his successor. Who has been doing a lot of work. Nick Newman, I think is his last name, who did a lot of really great job in the background, and and they announced Casa, by the way, with their physical device, full node. It comes with also with a Trezor-1 wallet, but the thing is, it's a multi-sig, right? So you don't only have like you have a full node running and you have a multi-sig, and then additionally they are also going in a very near future add besides Trezor and Ledger, also add the cold card wallet. So it could literally mean if you have like all of those hardware wallets, you could literally do like a multi-sig, right? Like a multi-signature thing. You don't have to do this, of course. It is just maybe too much paranoia, but too much precautionary measures. But let's just say you have a Trezor and a cold card wallet, then you can somehow co-sign this with both of those, right? So this is what essentially multi-sig means. So like most of us, right, we're not techies, so what we really wish for is what we really need, and what most people need, is easy, user-friendly, smooth, convenient, with the perfect trade-off, of security, privacy, um, convenience, ease of use. So that's why Casa is really a great thing to do. You can check him out on Twitter, and the website is keys.casa, right? And you can still, I believe, order the Casa 2, but they already announced in a very near future they will not sell the Casa 2 anymore, or the hardware device, because first of all, they're going to go open source, and open source technology, which I find great, and then anybody could somehow download the software and somehow do your own set of full node, and sort of put it together yourself, right? So so there's the keys on .casa. This is their Twitter handle, twitter.com/Casa Huddle. And so what it works like is, they have this the Keymaster multisig, and then they got the Sats app. So they have sort of their own Bitcoin economics, right? It's its own ecosystem, and you get on a regular basis, like if they got this heart pulse or whatever, and you can just check it out for yourself on keys.casa. And if you check the connection with your full node, and you also provide sort of additional security to the network, and this is what it does, right? So you get back some sats on a regular basis, and I think this is a great all-in-one package which you get, and it's a great product, to be honest with you. Yeah, and we can discuss about what's the price. Yeah, but it's worth it. It's worth the package, and it's really an economical price. It's around $300, and the gold membership costs also around $300 per month. But you don't need the gold membership because it's just for if you should lose one of your keys, they can step in as a as one of the multisigs, like 2 of 3 or whatever, 3 out of 5. So and if you don't have that package, then they will probably I heard sort of deduct or get like 0.1% of the total amount that you would be sort of retrieving with their help, right? So it's really, a decentralized security system. You have a full node, you get sats back, you have this app, this you check on a regular basis the heart pulse, that it's also always connected to the network, to your full node and everything. So it's a pretty great product and great team, ethical team, and they're doing a great job, I think, right? Especially for people who are not techies, who are not who are not experts in doing command lines, what have you, or we are all not, most of us are not coders, programmers, not really technically experienced. So that's why, and most people don't have that much time, right? What if you have to do then an update, a bug is something, and then you have to do this and that. So it alleviates and relieves a lot of things, and that's why I think we should support it. And it helps yourself, it helps security, your privacy, and you're a self-sovereign a Bitcoin citizen after all, right? So you're not relying on any third principle. You're not relying on any third party, right? So you have your own full node running when it comes to Bitcoin transactions. You validate yourself, right? All right. So I guess I have summarized it pretty. You know, that's the info you have. And whether other hard wallets can be extracted, I'm not sure yet. And for example, Shift Crypto Security, that would also be interesting. Their Bitbox, whether that is also hackable. But I think they have taken another route. They have this SD card. This sort of an external card with which where the seed is then stored. So I'm not sure whether the Bitbox of Shift Crypto Security, is a Swiss company, can be hacked. But the Trezor, yeah, that's nothing new. But now, for the first time, they have done it in a very, very detailed, explained manner. And yeah, so if you're a techie, just check it out for yourself. Otherwise, um, activate your passphrase is sort of the 25th word. And the other thing is get yourself a multisig from Casa, for example. There's not much competition right now, but I'm seeing I think in the next few months and years there's going to be a lot of competition. More and more people, or maybe even it's just going to become much easier. Downloading, let's say, a software maybe, or it's maybe all mobile, and you can just connect it to your desktop or whatever. So uh, the sky's the limit when it comes to creativity, technological creativity. The perfect trade-off of security, privacy, convenience, ease of use, and all of that. All right. So before I close off, the Crypto Economic Conference with awesome speakers taking place from 20. Well, yeah, it starts on February 29th. Um, until yeah, March 1st, and then after that, from March 2nd to 3rd, there's a special event overnight cruise on Halong Bay. So I'm really looking forward to talk to all these fabulous, amazing speakers, especially Jack Malice, who just announced his Strike software or app. It hasn't been released yet. They're going to do this like slowly in the United States, and then they're going to roll it out globally. So that would mean for all the merchants who do want to, who do want to do business, and they know their customers don't care. They even maybe might even hate Bitcoin. They don't even need to think about it. You just download the app. All the merchant needs, as far as I know, is have a BTC Pay server, and maybe not. I'm not sure. Maybe things are going to change. Maybe things are going to become much easier. But as far as I know, if the merchant has a BTC Pay server and a customer, your client, comes into the store, has this app, and you tell them, hey, you know what? If you buy this with the app, with the Strike app, you get like 10% off. So I would definitely recommend you read the article from Jack Malice. It's on his medium.blog spot, and you can also watch his videos. It's really amazing. Um, and there it is. He says, if you want privacy and censorship resistance, run a full node, a Lightning Net node, and drive it with Zap. If you want to invest, get a hardware wallet and HODL. If you want to participate in this new global economy, connect your debit card to Strike. So that's what it means. So if you have a bank account or debit card and it's connected to Strike, also Bitcoin Magazine reported on it. Wanted to create instead a new feature called Strike will take its place, promising the same services but with a different, more user-friendly design. So yeah, and there it is, right? It's called Strike. They have got its own Twitter handle, and Jack Malice also did a fabulous short video about it. And they're building it. They're building the Strike on iOS, Android, desktop, and a browser extension. And there's this demonstration where he shows this. Really awesome, really cool and smooth. And yeah, so check it out for yourself, and I'll talk to you soon again. Please, if you want to support me in any way, like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and yeah, and thanks so much to the Libit Coin Institute. Ethical Bitcoin sponsors are welcome. I really appreciate the help and support of the Libit Coin Institute and Eric Basquiel. And yeah, hope to see you in Hanoi, Vietnam, with all these amazing speakers. Steve Barber from Upstream Data, Matthew Mashinsky's amongst them. Also interviewed by the Samuel Pett of Open Bazaar, Elena Voronova, one of the co-authors of Little Bitcoin book, and one of the co-founders of Trezor and Casa. Eric Vasquez, of course, you know him probably, Bitcoin, CryptoEconomics, Amir Taki, Polytechnic, so many others, so that I haven't met or talked to personally. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, for your support. Please leave me a positive review on any podcast platform. If you haven't checked it out, I'm on Anchor, on Apple, on Snippet, Shopify. Where am I? I'm so many podcast platforms: Google Podcast, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Radio Public. My Twitter handle is Keyvan. Yeah, and check out my latest interviews, also with Rene Picard, Bitcoin Lightning Network, and the Stateless Freedom. And yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon again. Have a great weekend. Bye.